I had recently started working at my hometown's historical library, which had been undergoing renovations. The library had a rich history, and I felt privileged to contribute to its revival. My job involved cataloging and digitizing old books, manuscripts, and photographs, and my workspace was located on the library's upper floor. The upper floor was an expansive area, filled with rows of shelves and countless pieces of literature, all bathed in natural light, filtering through the large ornate windows. My office was a cozy nook overlooking the library, complete with a desk, computer, and a mini fridge stocked with snacks to keep me fueled during long work hours. I had been working diligently for several months, enjoying the peaceful solitude of the upper floor. However, one ominous night, everything changed. A fierce storm raged outside, with rain pounding against the windows and wind howling through the old building. The library, usually tranquil, felt eerie under the flickering lights. My coworkers, Sarah and Alex, had left earlier due to the worsening weather, leaving me alone to wrap up my tasks. As I sat at my desk, immersed in my work, the phone on my desk suddenly rang. I jumped in my chair, startled by the unexpected sound. I answered it.
This is an emergency call due to a break-in at the library. If you're still in the office, please find a hiding place and do not attempt to leave. There is a man armed with a knife inside the building.
With a pounding heart, I quickly turned off the lights in my office. My attempts to lock the office door were futile. The door had a missing knob, rendering me defenseless. I knew I couldn't leave the upper floor without risking my safety, so I huddled in a corner, concealed behind a tall bookshelf. I texted both Sarah and Alex for help, but my phone remained eerily silent, with no replies from either of them. Anxiety gnawed at me as I clutched my phone, desperately hoping for some reassuring news. But then, I heard it. The distinct creak of the stairwell door on the upper floor. My heart raced as I contemplated whether I should call out to my coworkers. But something about the situation felt off, and fear held my voice hostage. Footsteps drew nearer, and I held my breath. The intruder entered my office. But like me, they chose not to turn on the lights. In the suffocating darkness, all that resonated was the sound of my own shallow breaths. Suddenly, as I tried to steady my nerves, my hand accidentally brushed against an old, dusty book on the shelf, causing it to slip from its place and fall to the floor. My heart dropped. Panic coursed through me, as I feared the noise would betray my presence. Clenching my teeth, I prayed that the intruder hadn't heard. The footsteps moved closer to my hiding spot, and I contemplated surrendering, ready to beg for my life. But then, the stranger just pulled me away from my hiding place. The intruder looked desperate.
Stay quiet. I'm hiding here too.
I stammered.
What's happening upstairs?
They evaded my question, instead urgently asking,
Is there an exit on this floor?
I nodded, pointing them in the right direction. My curiosity got the better of me, and I inquired,
Who are you?
There was a brief silence before they began to explain. They claimed to be a former librarian, seeking something they had hidden in the library ages ago. But the stranger's erratic behavior and cryptic responses sent shivers down my spine. Just as I was about to ponder his words further, I looked up, and I saw it. A wave of dread washed over me. The first thing that caught my attention was the blood dripping onto the floor. My eyes widened in horror as I followed the trail of crimson liquid. Only then did I notice the knife sticking out from the man's back pocket. The man had noticed my suspicion, and his eyes bore into mine with a wild intensity. Panic surged through me, and I bolted. As I ran from my hiding spot, I knew I had to find safety. The man with the knife was still inside the library, and my only hope was to make it to the lower floor. I stumbled down the stairs, and to my immense relief found the police waiting. Relieved, I spotted Sarah and Alex among the officers, their faces a mix of concern and relief. I couldn't believe I was safe. The officers swiftly apprehended the intruder, disarming him and securing the area. The man with the knife was subdued and taken into a car, his menacing presence finally neutralized. Later, when the authorities had finally apprehended the intruder, we learned that his motives remained a mystery, just like the dark secrets of the library itself. But one thing was certain. I had narrowly escaped a night of terror, and the echoes of that ominous evening would haunt me for years to come.